Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him tell all he wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him tell all he wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let I be me instead of playing games. For chasing fame, let somebody set the lack of flames. No, living my life to the fullest and shout out my halala to the fullest. Let my lungs out. I'm still rising up to greater heights as long I'm.
Hello, Kwanjin Sanbonani. Welcome to Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. It is so significant to have a positive mindset, more especially under these circumstances. So this network has the potential to completely revolutionize every aspect of your life and career. My name is Dr. Riel Nkunene, and I'm going to be your host for today. So if you're watching us online, please feel free to put in the chat box where you're watching us from and what you hope to achieve from our podcast. Today, we are surrounded by greatness in the World Wide Web. We have amazing speakers who's going to share some nuggets on empowerment, being empowered. So in Maryland, we have Dr. Sherida Gaskins Tillett. And in Michigan, we have Latasha Henry. And in Nigeria, we have Adoka Emmanuel. So at this moment, I'm just going to let our speakers to introduce themselves. So you can go ahead, Dr. Sherida.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Sherida Gaskins Tillett. I am a board-certified OBGYN, and I am also the founder and CEO of Boss Lady Dream Builders, where I help professional women develop the mindset, skills, and tools they need to create lives of abundance. And so I'm so happy to be with you all this morning. I love empowerment, especially women's empowerment, and I'm excited to be a part of the conversation.
Wow, it's such an honor to have you. And really, I am looking forward to hear more of your message. And thank you for saying yes and being with us here. You can go ahead, Latasha, and please introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Latasha Henry. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in mental health. I am an international best-selling author, and I am the founder of Empowerment Journey and Empowering You.
Oh, wow. What an honor to have you being empowered yourself, and you're ready to empower us. It's an honor to have you. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. You can go ahead, Adoka, and please introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, my name is Aduka Paul Emmanuel. I'm from Abuja, Nigeria. I'm a writer, a business consultant, and also a political commentator. So I'm happy to be here today. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Yes, it's an honor to have you, and really all the way from Nigeria. I am looking forward to hear more of your message today. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes, so Dr. Sherida, I have a question for you. If you happen to have your own billboard, I can see your billboard coming down there in the busy highway in Maryland. What will your billboard say?
It would say you are unstoppable.
You are unstoppable. You know what? We are all unstoppable. We shouldn't put like limits in ourselves because like I always say that
there is no limit.
Yes, I love it. How about you, Latasha? Maybe your billboard is already down there in the busy highway in Michigan. I don't know. What will your billboard say?
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. You are unstoppable. And then what? Guess what? Believe in yourself. I love it. These billboards really, they just connect with one another. Wow. How about you, Adoka? What will your billboard say if you happen to have one?
Well, I think it's having the ability to think expand your evaluation. So I think that should be mine.
Wow, having that
The ability to
see.
expand one's evaluation.
Wow, wow. I love, honestly, I love all the billboards. So I believe mine will be the fourth billboard driving down the highway, and it's going to say what? The sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. We're just up there viewing how we want to see ourselves in the next 6 months, whatsoever goals that we want to achieve in the next 3 months, because you know what? The sky is our point of view. So we're all called to rise to greater heights. And you know what? It's definitely coming. So we're going to get started. We have Dr. Sherida Gaskins Tillett, and I'm going to go over her bio here real quick. So Dr. Sherida Gaskins Tillett is a board certified obstetrician as well as gynecologist, and a mother, wife, wellness enthusiast, as well as an event planner. So after several years of trying to meet the demands of family, career, and community, she found herself exhausted and lost in her own life. Fortunately, a well-timed vacation provided the awakening she needed to realize that, you know what, the life she was living, it wasn't sustainable. So she returned home on a journey of self-discovery that resulted in reordering all of her priorities and complete overhaul of her professional life. She is now able to show up as the wife, mother, physician, as well as a friend she wants to be and that her tribe deserves. So Dr. Sherida is on a mission to empower women to create lives that they love. Recognizing that there is strength in community and desiring to normalize the struggle, she founded the Boss Lady Dream Builders. She is also the host of She Build It Boss Lady Chronicles, which is a weekly show that features the stories of women who are owning their power to build the life of their dreams. So Dr. Sherida also hosts virtual and live events for professional women. And her signature event, A Weekend for Me, is a 3-day cocoon for busy women to indulge in radical self-care, rediscover their bliss, and be inspired to chart a course to their ideal future. So kings and queens, please join me and welcome Dr. Sherida Gaskins Tillett.
Good morning again, everyone. I would like the ability to share my screen if possible. And I'm not going to pretend that I can see. I'm going to put these glasses on so that I can actually see what's going on.
There you go. I believe you can now.
Okay. Are you seeing the slideshow, or are you seeing?
I think you'll have to click on present full screen. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
You're seeing full screen now?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, and I have to go here. There it is. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, yes, it's
Bear
fine.
with me. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so this morning I just want to talk a little bit. First of all, thank you again for the invitation. And a lot of what I was going to share apparently is in my bio, so that's good. It will be easier for me to stay within my 7 minutes. But I want to talk about awakening your sleeping giant. I believe that there is a giant that lives inside of each and every one of us. And we have the ability to tap into that giant and to become anything that we desire. So I know my story, a lot of my story was read in the bio, but the really 30-second version is I was a full-time OBGYN, wife, mother. All of those things happened. The wife and mother thing happened all within a year and a half. And I found myself exhausted and overwhelmed. I was lost in my own life. I felt like I was failing at everything. Nobody was getting my all. And luckily, a well-timed vacation gave me the opportunity to hear my voice. And when I did, my voice was screaming, this is not sustainable. And so that kind of launched me on a personal development and self-discovery journey that has led me to where I am today. I made several pivots in my career. I do still practice medicine very briefly, I guess I should say, or very shortly, just a few hours a week. And I also help, as was read in my bio. And so I just want to talk to you about that. So some of the fundamental beliefs that I discovered during this personal development journey, the first is you were created on purpose for a purpose. So I believe that each and every one of us is here by design. Nobody is an accident. And nowhere was that more obvious to me than in my work as an OBGYN. In medical school, when I studied embryology, if this cell here didn't come together with another cell in another location at exactly the precise time on the precise day, the entire pregnancy was lost. I saw so many miracles in that work that I strongly believe that we're all here on purpose. The second belief is that you are a designer original. There is nobody else like you, even if you're a twin. No one else has your same fingerprint. No one has your same mind. No one has your same heart. And the world is incomplete without your unique gifts and talents. I believe that God created each of us, and again, on purpose, for a purpose, but that when he did, he gave us certain gifts. And he gave us the gifts that the world needed. If the world did not need you, you would not be here. And the thing about your gifts is your gifts are for everyone else. They're not, for you. They're mostly not for you. They're for you to share with the world. And so when you don't discover what your purpose is, when you don't uncover your gifts, you rob the world of the opportunity of your greatness. And then everything you need is already inside of you. So every single thing that you need to become the person you were created to be was instilled in you when you were born. And so, when we talk about personal development, I really think of it as more of a self-discovery journey. So it's really us uncovering that which is already inside of us. And so the question then becomes, if so many of us if we have this greatness inside of us, why do so many people live lives that they don't like, that they barely tolerate? And I think it's because we haven't learned to unlock and to tap into our greatness. And so we do that, I think, because we don't know some things. There's some roadblocks in our way. We don't know who we are. We don't know what we want. We don't believe that greatness is possible for us, and we don't have a game plan. So Tony Robbins says that to change the quality of your life, change the quality of your questions. And so if you want a better quality of life, ask better questions. And so what I do with my clients a lot of times is I take them through, these paces, these self-discovery questions, things you want to ask yourself to figure out who you are. Because many of us live life by default. The habits, the mindset, the activities that you've done up until this point has given you the results that you have. But if you actually want to go to another level, if you want to live a different life, you have to develop new mindsets, new habits, and new actions, take new actions. So some of the questions you want to ask yourself along the way in trying to discover who you are is, who are you at your core? What is unique about you that sets you apart from others? What were you created to do? What would you do if you could do it for free? Or what would you do for free? What are your values and personal beliefs? What do you need? What are you willing to die for? What brings you comfort and what fills your cup? And the urban philosopher Beyonce says, knowing who you are is the greatest wisdom a human being can possess. The next question we want to ask is, what do you want? And so what I encourage people to do is to sit in a quiet place with some meditative music and search your heart, your soul, and your spirit. Because remember, everything you need is inside of you. So your heart, your soul, your spirit, it knows what you want. And I want you to ask yourself, if there were no red lights, only green lights, what would my life look like? Like, do it in detail. Where would I live? See where you live. What would you eat? Who would be a part of your life? Who wouldn't be a part of your life? How would you spend your time? Write it down in detail and then make a vision board, because your brain actually doesn't know the difference between pictures and reality. Put it on a vision board and put it in a place where you can see it and look at it regularly. But the very first thing you have to do is get clear on what you really want. And then what do you believe? Joyce Meyer wrote a book some time ago, The Battlefield of the Mind. And I firmly believe that this is where it all begins. If you don't believe that you can achieve, you will not do it. You can't do it. It has to start with what you think. And, you know, we just have a brief time here this morning. But one of the things you want to do is begin to question your thoughts, because every thought you have is not helpful. Every thought you have is not true. And so when you begin to have a thought, especially a thought about yourself and about your capabilities, ask yourself, is this a kind thought? Is it truthful? Is it helpful? And if it does not pass that test, if it is not all three of those things, throw that thought away. And then you want to reframe negative thoughts, put them in a positive light. You know, instead of saying, I can't, I have not yet learned to. And then make a list of positive affirmations that you say to yourself every day, so that you can begin to reprogram your brain to know who you are. Because the thing is, you have created a picture of what you want your life to be, but you have to begin to adopt the thoughts of a person who has that life. So if I am a person who, say I want to run a marathon, which is a joke for real. But if you're a person who wants to run a marathon, you have to start thinking like a marathon runner. What does a marathon runner eat? What do they say to themselves? What do they think about running a mile? You know, all of these things you have to reframe and change your thinking. And then you have to make a plan. I suggest developing SMART goals and sub goals that get you from where you are to where you want to be. You write the goals down, review them daily, and then reevaluate and revise them frequently. And lastly, celebrate your wins. I think that, without a plan, what does the Bible say? Where there's no vision, the people perish. So we have to have a plan so that we know where we're going. We also want to make sure that we are crafting a life that is in alignment with our priorities. You know, a lot of times what happens is we're living a life that was congruent with our priorities maybe 5 or 10 years ago, but we've changed in that time frame. And so we need to give ourselves permission to look at the way we spend our time and the things that we do, and to make changes. You know, we are only bound by our comfort zone and by the decisions that we make. They have psychological barriers for the animals at the zoo, and at least the San Diego Zoo. And I always think to myself, those animals could jump over that moat anytime they get ready, but they just don't know it. And so the same is true of you. You can become everything you've ever wanted to be, but you just don't know it. And so I encourage you to connect with a coach or somebody who can help you to unleash the power that is within you, to awaken your sleeping giant. So that's what I have for you guys this morning. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Wow, Dr. Sherida, I was like, just drop the mic, because you kept on sharing each and every nugget towards empowerment. You've mentioned that, you know what, we're all born with everything we need to create a life of abundance. And you've mentioned that we are powerful beyond any measure. And the life that life as you know it is a result of your habits and mindset. So if you want to change your life, you have to intentionally choose to adopt the habits and mindset that will help you move you in the right direction of your dreams. What a profound message. And as you were sharing your message, I was just taking notes. And you know what? I will go back and watch the replay. Thank you so much, Dr. Sherida, for sharing such a profound, much needed message. Thank you.
Thank you. And I forgot to mention that I will have a QR code later available to your viewers that links to my goal setting workshop, so that if you don't have a plan already, this helps you to get a plan in place.
That sounds good. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward towards having that QR code. And please feel free to even share your links on the live. I try to tag you, so you should be able to see the live right now. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now we are going to Latasha Henry. Latasha Henry is a devoted mother and a wife. She's also an international best-selling author, and her words have inspired and captivated readers worldwide, earning her a well-deserved place in the literary realm. So in addition to her writing prowess, Latasha is a dynamic podcaster and a motivational speaker, sharing her wisdom and empowering messages with audiences across the globe. She has an infectious energy and authentic approach that has earned her recognition as a member of the prestigious West Coast Chambers and who is who in America. So with her certification as a life coach, Latasha founded Empowerment Journey and Empowering You, which is an organization that is dedicated to helping individuals unlock their full potentials and live their best lives. So her compassionate guidance and unwavering commitment to personal growth have touched countless lives, fostering a community of empowered individuals. Her multifaceted accomplishments are a testament to her relentless pursuit of excellence and desire to make a positive impact on the world around her. So kings and queens, please join me and welcome Latasha Henry.
Hi, thank you so much for having me today. So I would just like to talk about childhood trauma and like the stigma around mental health altogether. I know that a lot of people who have been through childhood trauma have not allowed themselves time to heal. And so because of that, their daily lives are affected and what they're doing, and they don't even realize it yet. So, you know, people are not sharing or wanting to talk about their childhood trauma because they are afraid of judgment. They are afraid of people not seeing their true value and like devaluing them because they had some type of trauma or something happened to them. And so I open conversations with different individuals because they don't have anyone else that they feel connected to or safe to talk to. And it has been amazing to see like married couples, you know, parents that have no idea that, you know, either their husband or wife or their children had suffered some type of trauma because they were afraid to tell, right? They were afraid to tell. They were afraid of people not believing them. They were afraid of judgment. So with seeing all of that in my clients, that is how I came with Empowering You. My clients come on and they share their story. They share like the troubles that they went through. And a lot of them are doing that because nobody else knows. And they're trying to open that conversation and have that with those people who don't know that they went through things. You know, when you have childhood trauma and you just try to push it to the side, you know, it does affect how you do, you know, work, how you are with your children. You know, all of these different barriers will come into play and you really don't realize it until you have time to sit back and actually take it all in and realize, oh, I do that. Yeah, I also do that. And then put together why you do that. You know, one of the things that I do with my clients is I have them take down notes, kind of like a journal, but not really a journal, because what I want them to do is when they get upset about something, like, you know, someone using a word or, you know, somebody, you know, maybe walk by and grab their arm, like little things like that, right? That can trigger them. I want them to write that down and try to, you know, explain in their own words why that triggered them. And then we are able to talk about that, go through that, and work through different techniques and tools that can help them to overcome that. Because there are sometimes, like, you know, like I have said, that people don't realize their reaction to things is because of things that happened when they were younger. So, you know, suicide is very high, especially in our younger generation. And a lot of that is because of mental health. You know, these kids don't know that what they're feeling is okay, right? Or that what they're going through, you know, is a normal thing. And they're just looking for support, but they're afraid to say anything because of the stigma. So they hold on to it, you know, they keep going through it, and then they get to a point to where they think that they just can't do it anymore, right? So just being able to have conversations, being able to talk, and open the door for people to realize having something is it's okay. Like, you're normal, you're not, sorry, I'm losing my voice. You're normal, and there are people out there that love you. There are people out there that care about you. And so just, you know, allowing people to hear that and hoping to, you know, give them the inspiration that they need or give them the light that they need is really what Empowering You is about doing. And I think people just need to start having conversations and normalizing, you know, things that they have been through or what other people have been through.
Wow, Natasha, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, your experience around childhood trauma. Really, you've mentioned that we should allow ourselves like to heal from that childhood trauma and having that safe space to, you know, kind of hold conversations with those who might not know like about your situation, and maybe they're afraid to even tell their stories, or maybe they fear being judged by the moment you open your mouth and share your story. So you've also created a platform where anyone undergoing the childhood trauma can come freely and share their story. What a message. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Natasha, for sharing such a profound, much needed message.
Thank you.
So now we, from Michigan, we are going to all the way to Africa, or in Nigeria, where we have Adoka Paul Emmanuel. So Adoka Paul Emmanuel is an analytical, detail-oriented professional in providing exceptional business and consultancy services. He's also a writer, like he mentioned, and also a political commentator. So kings and queens, please join me and welcome Paul, Adoka Paul Emmanuel. You are muted, we can't hear you.
Okay, I think I'm here. Well, thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much. I must commend Natasha and Dr. Sherita for what you guys said. It's really encouraging and very, very inspiring. I've been jotting throughout my journal the whole time when you guys were speaking. So I would like to share some insights about leadership, because I believe whatever situations we have in the world right now today is connected one way or the other to our leadership problem. And coming from Africa, I know much better about it. A lot of problems we have in Africa, be it career development, be it the mental health issue, whatever it is that we're talking about, when you talk about Africa first, the first thing you look into is the leadership problem we have in Africa. And that leadership problem has grown every single day, has becoming a very big problem for our people here in Africa. And a lot of young persons who are interested in leadership these days only like the glamour of the office. They like what the office has to offer. They like the name of being called a leader, but they don't have the basic idea to deliver their job efficiently. And that is why I started writing a book about leadership, and to talk more about it and to see how our people can learn more about leadership. A lot of people who look at it like, okay, mostly here in Africa, when I have some money, I can just come out and get a position for myself or to vie for an office without even having a perfect understanding or having a coach, teach you some certain things about the path you're walking into. A lot of people have lost their potentials. I mean, we have millions of people who are really, really talented in one areas or the other, but they do not have the leverage to push their dreams. It's like a total waste of time when you have a dream, but you don't have the leverage to drive your dream. So So a lot of people have fallen under the basement of regret every single day. You see them on the street, and I feel like, okay, it is because of the leadership issues. And even over there in the US or around the world, we can see today how leadership has become a very, very big problem, creating barriers between people, between tribes, between religion and all that, bringing out all sorts kinds of issues. So my advice to people watching this right now is, before you step into leadership, it might be in the church, it might be a community service, it might be any kinds of leadership. Before you step into holding any kinds of position, try as much as possible to get yourself equipped with the basic fundamentals of the office or the position you want to get yourself into, so we can raise more better leaders of tomorrow. Because when we keep repeating the same recruitment leadership process with poor decision making, at the end of the day, we find out that what we produce as a society is a problem for tomorrow. It's like a trouble in a borrowed suit, because we do not take clearly our recruitment process, and our lives cannot evolve. We cannot achieve what we want to achieve in this life if we have poor set of leaders. I want to use Africa again as an example, because all the scenarios of my understanding of my research has been based on Africa. We have leaders who would rather take their children or take their spouses abroad to study, while you have millions of people here suffering every day. You have leaders who prefer to go outside the country for medical treatment, medical tourism, and so, while you have millions of people who cannot even feed themselves a day. You have families, a lot of children are out of schools. And so when the society start getting things wrong, when people start failing, they cannot achieve their dreams, or they cannot achieve the resounding effort of their talent, and they start falling into crimes and all whatnot. So people begin to blame it to the environment where they grow up, or the friends they hang out with, but they forget to understand that leadership has so much to do about personal development. Because I feel like if the environment I'm living in does not guarantee or does not help me achieve my potential, I cannot do it alone. So in my own way, finding your purpose in life, or finding a purpose in life in terms of your career, in terms of reflecting on the lessons, has to do so much with leadership. Probably there's a situation that happens a while ago where we just concluded an election here in Nigeria. A lot of people who were elected to those offices do not even understand the concept of those offices. Now they begin to bring in policies that affect gender equalities. They begin to bring policies that brings up a lot of barriers for people not to succeed. So you cannot even start thinking about personal development in a country like Nigeria, where the whole country is at mess. So before you start talking about the mental health issue, personal career development to a kid or someone like me from Africa, you have to start talking about leadership first. Because I might have a dream, I might have a vision, I might have everything, but I do not have the leverage to drive my dream. And at the end of the day, I can read books about it, I can go to seminar about it, but I do not have that physical leverage around. Dr. Sherita mentioned that she started an organization a while ago to help people to realize their potentials. And also, Latasha also made mention of something like that. We do not have anything of such nature in Africa here. There is nothing of such nature. There is nobody cares about your personal feelings. Nobody cares about that. There is no organization, okay, maybe a research institute that is set up to help people get over mental health or whatever situation they might be facing. You have to deal with your problem alone. And I think it has so much to do also with leadership, because when you look at other countries, you see they have community centers where you can go, a resource center where you can go and then you seek helpful information that will change the course of your life. We do not have any of those things here. So you have to figure life by yourself. Like you have a lot of these questions and you don't have answers to them. So I think for the next generation of leaders who are willing to become leaders of tomorrow, the first thing first is to prioritize human capital development. Before we talk about infrastructure, or before you talk about building of bridges, building of roads, check very well on your people. How are they doing? How is their state of being? How is their mental health? Because you can't build bridges for people who don't know how to cross very well. You can start building infrastructures and exotic schools for people who don't even know the basic education system. So my advice for people watching this is, a lot of people want to attain the fulfillment of becoming a leader in life. I also want to attain that fulfillment in life. But the most important thing first, if God gives you the opportunity to become a leader tomorrow, try as much as possible to check on the social welfare of your people. It's very, very important. I've seen a lot of people here in Africa living under the basement of regret because they cannot afford leverages to drive their dreams. So I don't have much to say. I'm very excited to be here. So in leadership, the only thing I have to say is we should try as much as possible to create organization. I am really impressed hearing about your organizations, like what you guys have been doing for people. And I think bringing such things down here in Africa is really going to help a lot of people. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, wow, Adoka, what a message around leadership. You know, you might view leadership as differently from the way you've just shared with us. You've mentioned that leadership without empowerment, more especially like self-development, is dead, because at some point in time as a leader, you'll have to learn to put your shoes, like you've mentioned here, the social welfare of the individuals that you are leading. So if you don't have like an increased level of emotional intelligence, you're not going to go far as a leader. And I believe, we strongly believe that you are the change that we want to see in Nigeria, and you're going to be the voice for the voiceless, and many generations after you will be really, really empowered, and Nigeria will no longer be the same. Because I'm not going to say Africa, because I know some part of Africa, we do have like organizations that empower individuals who are founded by individuals for the people. So Nigeria will no longer be the same because of you, Adoka. And we thank you. I thank you for your message. I thank you for your wisdom that you've shared on this platform. So thank you so much for being with us. Thank you. Let me just check on our audience online. Ooh, our audience, they are really on fire. They are on fire. I can see Mariah Cox, she's saying that awakening. I can see Anna Lee, she's giving us all the love that we need on this platform. And I can see Jarvis Bestman, he's saying that you can become everything you wish for. And I can see Tammy Maynard, oh my goodness, she's just giving us all that round of applause that we really need, all the love that we deserve on this platform. And Jarvis is saying again, they do not have the passion and the capacity to take responsibility. I still think he was referring to Dr. Sherida's message. And Benoit is also giving us the love that we need. And Princess Sabe is saying that childhood trauma. Yes, it's real. If you don't take care of it, it's gonna haunt you until like you go 6 feet under. So I believe our audience really online, they've been inspired by all of your amazing messages. They've been motivated, and you know what? I'm gonna go back and watch the replay, as I've said, because this empowerment summit, it just deserves the whole day, you know, to keep on pouring to many souls out there, impacting many souls with your very own humanity. And thank you so much, amazing speakers. So I'm gonna be the next and final speaker, because it's not gonna be a show without me showing up and showing off. So before I speak, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share my bio with you, and then I will come back and speak. So please do enjoy. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. Really, my goal as a mentor or as a coach, it's so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to pursue success and drive sustainability. I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. Mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights.
Dr. Nampumelelo Rial Kunene is an international human rights policy analyst who consults on policies and procedures related to human rights compliance. She is a highly sought-after, energetic, certified Lace Brown international speaker. This passionate leader holds a PhD with a discipline in leadership and business. Dr. Rial N. Kunene is the author and host to Rise to Greater Heights, a book and YouTube channel to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. She is also a coach, mentor, and an MC, well known for encouraging many to rise from mediocrity into greatness. Her vision is not only to motivate, but also to empower audiences with a fresh perspective inspiration they require to pursue success and drive sustainable outcomes. In a seriously funny way, Dr. Kunene is an award-winning author, 10 times #1 Amazon and international best-selling author. Her #1 best-selling book, Rise to Greater Heights, has inspired and empowered many to pursue their personal and professional passion to become go-getters. As a trainer, diplomacy protocol officer, and strategist, Rial believes that we are in full control of our choices. Her mission is to meet the needs and transform lives of her clients and her audience. She is also a true advocate for creating new policies that uphold human rights and prevent human rights violations. Dr. Kunene's purpose is to teach everyone about human rights and help organizations understand and promote human rights. Her goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs, then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. This change maker, trailblazer, and revolutionary is pushing boundaries and creating a real change worldwide. Like a phoenix that never accepted defeat and rose from its own ashes, she wants to challenge you to unleash your greatness and rise to greater heights. Dr. Rial N. Kunene wears many hats. As a professional certified sales manager, CEO, certified travel counselor, publisher, medical esthetician, philanthropist, and a commissioner for oaths, following her dreams gave her purpose to see her goals through and understand that she does have everything she needs to reach her full potential. Her everyday message is that your journey to be a better person starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core will make you understand that you are the only one who can accomplish your dreams. Hebrews 11, Psalms 27 and 40 keeps her to rise to greater heights. The sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Kings and queens, please join me. Welcome, Dr. Rial N. Kunene.
Wow. Thank you so much, amazing speakers, for, setting the bar high, because I'm following after such a powerhouse, really. Dr. Gaskins-Tillett, she mentioned that life is a result of your habits and mindset. So if you want to change your life, you have to intentionally choose to adopt the habits and mindset that will move you in the direction of your dreams. And then Latasha on the other side, she was like, you know what, just allow yourself to heal from the childhood trauma so that you can be able to face to face your future with confidence. And Adoka on the other side, he shared everything on leadership and empowerment, mainly on changing remote mentalities in Nigeria, really. So I'm going to say what? I'm going to say chase after success. Yes, I say chase after success because you know what? The way to your success isn't always easy to discover, but you can do a lot more than you think. And none of this, that means that, you know what, the search isn't valuable. It can be tough, yes, and there may be instances of hesitations along the way, but you'll have to learn how to have confidence in your dreams. If you have a dream, just conduct yourself as if you have faith in your own powerful voice. And guess what? It will echo throughout the whole universe. If it will definitely echo throughout the whole universe. If there is anything humankind has learned about behaviors, is that who you are and will become is 100% down to you. It's 100% down to you. So never ever give up on your heart's desires. Just, treat every phase towards your visions as an achievement. And that is becoming more in harmony with your deeper self. Why? I'm glad you've asked that, because you cannot produce in life if you're not true to yourself. So just get that connection with yourself so that you'll be able to produce on a daily basis. And kings and queens, you really don't have to see the whole staircase in life to get to the top. But you'll have to take the first step to get to the top. As my mentor always say, that you don't have to be great to get started, but you'll have to get started to become great in life. So get started today and just empower yourself. Empower yourself so that you are able to face with every challenge with courage and determination. Curveballs will continually be coming your direction, but you will see tests as opportunities to learn as you pursue your dream. They always say that, fake it until you make it. And I say fake it until you make it as you attract different conducts of moving towards your dream and push yourself to keep moving forward. I'm just going to ask you, how many of you here ever, you ever woke up like just not feeling it? Ever felt like, you just want to throw in the towel? Felt like you can't just push yourself outside of your comfort zone? I know myself. Trust me, I've been there, I've done that, and I know how it feels like. Life sometimes is filled with unpredicted twists, and from time to time, the right path isn't always clear. Letting yourself to produce over time is an essential part of life. What do I mean by saying this is that it's so significant to understand that disappointments are a natural part of life, and fear of achieving it hides in our intuitive. So we'll have to kind of push ourselves outside of our comfort zones to feel like we are empowered individuals. So it's a wake-up call, kings and queens. It's a wake-up call. All these amazing speakers have shared all the nuggets that you really want to hear about around empowerment. It's a wake-up call. But when that alarm clock goes off, please, please, please don't ever hit the snooze button. Don't be like, I will wake up in the next 2 minutes. I will wake up in the next 4 minutes. You know what? Forever is a long time. Why don't you wake up, get going, and empower yourself? Because our destiny is not something that we can sit by and let it happen for us. But purpose is basically a series of opportunities that allow us to kind of learn lessons and advance our awareness. It was Nelson Mandela who once said, "May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. May your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears." Trust me, this message really, it stirred something within me, because, we need to act on the opportunities that were offered with faith, and then we'll certainly accomplish the goals we imagine for our lives. One thing that we'll have to understand is that we can't give from an empty cup, but we'll have to fill our cups first. And then from the overflow, we're going to be able to empower others, but we'll have to fill our cup first, and then we're going to be able to share with the world from the overflow. So it's high time we fill our cup first. I just want to encourage you by letting you know that, this world that we live in, this universe, it functions rather inversely, and everything that you need, it doesn't come easily. So please, please, kings and queens, don't ever pay attention to naysayers. Don't ever pay attention to naysayers. Paying attention to naysayers is really expensive. So don't ever pay attention to naysayers. When something poses as an obstacle to you, that situation, it kind of challenges you to discover the ability to press forward, because actual strength is in the hands of the one who flourishes, and there is hope for everyone's situation. So utilize it as a marvel to step onto a better view. As flight attendants always say that, put on your oxygen mask first before you assist the person who's sitting next to you, because if you don't, trust me, when that flight goes down, you will definitely go down. So it's high time you put on that oxygen mask first. That oxygen mask is empower yourself first before you empower others, because if you don't put on that oxygen mask on yourself first, you will definitely go down with that flight when it goes down. So it's high time we do that, because the reality is your journey to be a better person, it doesn't start with your neighbor, it doesn't start with your spouse, it doesn't start with your children, but your journey to be a better person, it starts with you. So knowing who you are, to your core. It will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach to your full potential. So don't ever, ever give up on your heart's desires. You know what? Just recall this, just in case you can't find your way, that you can have the drive within you to become what you really want in life. You know, I am a firm believer of affirmations. So we're going to affirm this together. We're going to affirm this together as if we're taking an oath. We're going to affirm this together by placing our which hand is this? Our left hand on our chest, and then we're gonna raise our right hand. If you can just place your hand or your left hand on your chest and raise your right hand, and we're gonna affirm this together, that I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Can you say it one more time as if you have faith in your own powerful voice? And guess what? It will echo throughout the whole universe. Say, I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Yes, just give yourself a round of applause, because you can have the drive within you to become what you really want in life. You can have the drive within you to get where you want to be in the next 6 months. The drive is just inside of you. It's not from the outside of you. That drive is your fuel to get to your destination. And you know, it's so funny on how my mom and dad gave me this beautiful, beautiful name, Nompumelelo. I know many, when they try to say my name, they always butcher my name, but Nompumelelo in my own language, really, it means mother of all success. So you can see that I am really, really challenged to chase after success. No matter what comes my way, I'll have to chase after success. So if I may ask you, how many of you have dreams and goals that you want to achieve? Maybe let me say in the next 6 months. I know myself, I'm one of those. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. So as a coach or as a mentor, like many of us here, my goal is so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired actions to empower you to become, to achieve specific outcomes in your life. Really, I so wish that you can just tell yourself that, you know what, all these amazing speakers have shared more nuggets on how, as an individual, you can be empowered, or as an individual, on how you can empower others. I want you, like, as you want to encourage yourself, I just want to tell you that you've got to be hungry in order for you to go out there and be the change that you want to see and make a difference. You've got to be hungry. You've got to be hungry, like a hungry lion in the jungle. Really, that hungry lion in the jungle. It doesn't matter what kind of animal comes his way. It doesn't matter if you are that giant elephant or that small squirrel by the jungle. All that hungry lion sees in front of his face is lunch. Yes, it's lunch. And it's so funny though, because even with elephants, what they do when they see a lion is that they run. It's all about the mindset. Once you believe, you become. They already told themselves that, you know what, I am a lunch to that lion. So each and every time when I see a lion, I'll have to run. I believe that's the lion mindset that will help us in order for us to be empowered. That's the lion mindset, because I believe that we all rise together, and we rise by lifting each other up. We don't rise by tearing anyone down or maybe stepping on another person to get to the top, but we rise by lifting each other up. We rise by empowering one another, and by so doing, we're all gonna rise to greater heights. You know, it's so funny. It's so funny when I was in the 8th grade. When I was in the 8th grade, I was nicknamed Phoenix. I was nicknamed Phoenix after writing a composition using the idiomatic expression that says, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix bird, meaning I became successful again. Really, that English teacher, she didn't know that the nickname Phoenix, it resonates with me. And it also aligns with my destiny. So if you are watching and listening under my voice today, I just want to encourage you that when your worlds come crashing down, wear your scars to show how a phoenix feels like to die from inside, and trust in your own capability to rise from your own ashes, since the phoenix has to die, burn, experience pain before resurrection from its own ashes. Please write this down. Write this down in conclusion. Resilience to greatness. Resilience to greatness. And I know you've heard this before, that your setback is your setup for your comeback. Your setback is your setup for your comeback. So if I can be honest with you, I don't know what goals you've set for the next 6 months. I don't know what dreams you have for your own future. But here is one thing I know about you. You are destined for greatness. And inside of you, God has put seeds of excellence. Those seeds are supposed to grow and flourish. But many people have become crippled by their past encounters, and some have stepped over other people to get to the top. But I believe that with God, we're all destined for greatness as long as we follow his strategy. This is when the growth commences, because discovering your gift and following God's idea, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach your full potential. My everyday inspiration, Mr. Les Brown, he once said, if you had to die today, at this very moment, at this hour, what dreams, what ideas, what visions, what goals, what skills, what talents, and what books will die with you? And the late Dr. Miles Monroe continued saying that the richest place on this planet is the cemetery, because that's where all the goals, all the visions, all the skills, all the talents have been buried. Honestly, I don't know about you, but with me listening to all these amazing messages, really, it gave me sleepless nights. And I remember it very well when I started journaling my first book, Rise to Greater Heights. And I lost the count when I got to 10, because I told myself that it's high time I decide to follow my dreams, which gave me a purpose to see my goals through and understand that I do have everything that I need to reach my full potential. So this year, I'm also determined to rise to greater heights with as many motivated individuals as much as I can, who are maybe ready to start, grow, and scale their businesses within 90 days. Perhaps maybe you are that individual who started writing your book and then you were like, you know what? I don't have time for this. You decided to put that book aside. I am just here to encourage you that yes, you can write that and publish that #1 best-selling book within 90 days. So I offer a free, no obligation 30-minute friendly Zoom consultation call, which will kind of, allow me to find out more about the issues that you are experiencing, and also to see if you are a perfect fit for any of my programs, because really I don't work with everyone, but I work with the individuals who's going to be a perfect fit from any of my programs and who's going to benefit a lot from my program. So if you are interested maybe in becoming that public speaker, an author, a coach, or maybe you're that entrepreneur who just want to multiply your income by doing what you truly love, what you're passionate about, and making a real impact out there, I just want to empower you to become highly effective and an inspiring leader with a kind of personalized, measurable, but a scalable program. So go out there and book that free consultation on my website at www.risetogreaterheights.com. And yes, everything I do in life or in business, it comes with a guarantee. So for whatsoever reason, any of my programs that you sign up for and it doesn't work for you, 100% money back guaranteed, because my ultimate goal is that you feel extremely confident about your purpose. So we will take it one step at a time, and you are definitely going to transform. So if you give me your why, I will show you the how. So this consultation, it offers accountability, education, growth, as well as success. And you might have to ask yourself, why is she doing this? Why now, really? I've been there, I've done that. Most of us have been there, we've done that. And I know how it feels like. I remember myself like 5 years ago, I was completely lost in the hustle. I was exhausted, I was overwhelmed. I remember I had a ton of ideas, but there was no tried and true strategy to run with those ideas. So it was only when I invested in coaching and then I created my first premium offer, then things started to change. And then I built an income generating business, just doing what I truly love, what I'm passionate about, and making a real impact out there. So now it's your turn, because the power is just inside of you to build your own wealth. So go out there on my website at www.risetogreaterheights.com and book that free consultation call with me. Yes, because you know what, growing up, I didn't have much in life because my father decided to have an early departure from this planet Earth. And I thank God that I missed that flight, because I'm still here. I'm still sharing my message. I'm still impacting as many lives as much as I can, because I had everything because of my mama's love. And I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you so much, mom. So I think whosoever say that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel Nkunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. So at this moment, please feel free to share with the audience your final thoughts around empowerment. Share with them how they can reach out to you. Share if you have any freebie that you want to offer to the audience and how they can work with you. So Dr. Sharita Gaskins, till that the stage is yours, Queen.
Yes, thank you so much. This has been amazing. I've learned so much from you all. Latasha, you talk about childhood trauma. And, one of the things that I did not mention when I talk, because, we can't say everything in one small sitting, is that I do encourage people to create a foundation of wellness, because you can't achieve goals if you're not well. And that's mind, body, and spirit. That, if you have past traumas, you have to deal with those things. If you're physically ill, you have to deal with that. You have to build a spiritual connection. You have to be strong. You have a strong base before you can build. And that's why my organization is called Boss Lady Dream Builders. And that's what we start with, the strong base, so that then you're prepared and equipped to build the life that you want. And then Adoka, I was really moved by the things that you shared. It was very enlightening and humbling to think, we take our life of privilege here for granted sometimes and don't think about other places in the world where, people maybe don't have access to these same kinds of opportunities. And so I thank you for awakening me to that. And then Dr. Rial, thank you for inspiring, always inspiring us to reach greater heights. But if anybody's interested in working with me, the most recent or the soonest opportunity is my upcoming retreat. It's actually in 3 weeks in Jamaica. It's called A Weekend for Me. That's my signature event. I do still have a couple of spaces. My website is bossladydreambuilders.com. So you can get all of the information there. And as I mentioned before, I will have a QR code that links to a goal setting workshop that I recorded to help you if you have not begun your goal setting journey. And then once you've done that, if you need help with accountability or you just want to review your goals or anything like that, there's information on my website to book a consultation call as well. But again, thank you so much for allowing me to share today and allow me to be a part of this powerful summit.
Oh, wow, wow. I believe, honestly, our audience will definitely reach out to you, Dr. Sherida, because we need someone who will just awaken our spirit and be like, what? This thing can be achieved in this way. So I believe our audience, they just need someone like you. And definitely, when is your retreat to Jamaica?
I did not say that, did I?
Yeah,
It's June 20th to the 24th.
June 22 to the 24th. Wow, it's coming up pretty close. So our audience who is really, really interested to be awakened by Dr. Sherida, you definitely should reach out to her, because you need someone who will just hold you accountable for your own actions, who will guide you hand by hand until you reach your destination. Thank you so much, Dr. Sherida, for being with us, and yes, for sharing with the audience. Latasha, you can go ahead and please share with your audience.
Hi, I just want to voice how powerful this message has been today, and I'm so glad that I have been able to be a part of it. So thank all of you for coming and having this conversation. And I just want the audience to know that those of you that are going through childhood trauma, or those of you that have went through childhood trauma, please reach out to someone. Find that support system, because I promise you it is there. And others, just try to have a conversation. Like, let's not be so harsh or judgmental on those that may have had a different upbringing than you. And I do have free consultations for anyone who is, wanting to share their journey or maybe want to get help within their journey. So I would love to help. So you can reach me at latashahenry.com, or you can follow me on Empowering You 3, which is on TikTok, and that's where the show goes right now. Or you can reach me at Wealthy Woman Entrepreneurs Network. That is where I will be having the podcast and TV show. So I look forward to helping anyone, and just having more conversations. And thank you so much for having me today.
Oh, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Latasha. And yes, if you're that individual who hasn't healed from your childhood trauma, Latasha is your go-to. Yes, she's gonna be able to kind of walk side by side with you on your healing journey. And because like if you're not healed, they always say that hurt people always hurt people. So if you're not healed, it's gonna be a repeated cycle to whosoever comes across you, because you haven't been healed from the childhood trauma. So reach out to Latasha, and she's gonna guide you, she's gonna hold you, she's gonna be the person that you really need in order for you on your journey to healing. Thank you so much, Latasha. And you can go ahead, Adoka, and please share with the audience.
Okay, I want to appreciate you for having me. I want to thank the speakers, Dr. Sheriff and Latasha, for what they've shared today.
I believe it's a technical issue. Adoka is frozen. Yeah, I believe it's technical issue. Otherwise, Adoka, if you can hear me, thank you so much. Thank you so much for, sharing your wisdom once again. And I believe our audience, they will definitely reach out to you, because I feel like it's just within you that you really want to change, to see change for your people. Like I always say that being the voice for the voiceless, it's gonna make this world that we live in a better place to stay, because you decided, you were like, you know what, I'm gonna stand up, even if I stand alone, for what I believe in, but the change that I want to see, it must first begin with me. So you are the change. Yes, you are the change. Thank you so much to our amazing speakers, really, for being with us here at Rise to Greater Heights Network. We don't take your presence here for granted. And I know we are all busy people. So for you to spare that 90 minutes of your time just to be with us here, just to share your wisdom, your nuggets, really, we don't take it for granted. So we are so honored, we are so humbled, and we're saying thank you to our amazing speakers. Thank you so much. And to our audience online, thank you so much for joining us here at Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. I hope from all these amazing messages, from all these amazing speakers, really, you've been inspired, you've been motivated, and you are ready to rise to greater heights. So join us next week at the same time, same place. Thank you. Merci. Sia Bonga.
Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let I be me instead of playing games. For chasing fame, let somebody sweat the lack of flames. No, living my life to the fullest, and shout out my halala to the fullest. Let my lungs out. I'm still rising up to greater heights as long as